I almost lost my foot, or at least a part of my foot, in prison because of an infected toenail. Let's get into it. Should you find yourself in prison, and hopefully you never do, I need you to know that medical negligence or dental negligence is a very, very real thing. The most simple of ailments without proper treatment can grow into a place where, well, it could take you out, especially in there. And when it comes to infections in a place called prison, where you have to share showers with close to 100 other people, and there's standing water at times, and man, all you've got is prayer for protection, let me tell you, you do not want any type of open wound infection, none of that, in a place called prison. But here I was on Sussex 2, and I had an ingrown toenail, which often happens because of the state boots that they give you, at least where I was at in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And their simple fact is they're hard like plastic. They have no arch support, and they just do something to your feet. And eventually here comes the ingrown toenail. And wouldn't you know it, it took me about 3 weeks to get into medical. And over that time, a pus and whatever had started to form at the nail, and it started to turn yellow and, all that stuff. And I would try to clean it out as much as I can. I remember getting guys that went to medical to buy out their Epsom salt from them, or try to get peroxide if they were able to get some from the nurse, because they already were seen by medical and were assigned to get that when it was during pill call or whatever. I would ask for people's Tylenols, Advils, whatever I could get, because it was that serious. My foot was in pain. An ingrown toenail in prison was like my foot was going to come off. So by the time I finally went in there to get treatment, well, the doctor, supposed doctor, had immediately took a needle out and started to put medication into my toe with this needle. When he took the needle out of my toe, he accidentally poked himself in the hand. And what was scary was he acted like it was no big issue. He didn't know if I had something, and I didn't, but come on, man, you just poked yourself with a needle that was inside of a prison where things like hepatitis C and other things run rampant. And I wonder, how many times has this happened before for you to not even really flinch and say, oh, it's okay, happens sometimes. What they ended up doing over the course of about 4 different segments or treatments was basically cauterizing a part of my toe and toenail to stave off infection. And they gave me peroxide, Epsom salt of my own, a foot basin, but I was in pain. The infection started to spread, and to the point that the foot was inflamed, and eventually I had to be taken to a hospital off site. But in order for that to happen, I had to get my family and everybody else to flip. And let me tell you, if you don't have support from the outside, you can end up stuck, and you might not make it home. What have you gone through in regards to medical negligence inside of a prison, dental negligence, etc.? Put it in the comments, and let's use this as motivation to stay free. Peace.